was way ahead of time here, and I'm not at all.
We're not Saturday. And no meetings. I was gonna come Saturday. Oh, and I was like, I'm not ready to do football. It's like,
Pardon?
yeah.
Some of those do like basketball on one,
Yeah, Mackenzie. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll get there.
I don't do it.
They go out and I'll take care of you, don't worry about it, because I knew their job, you
What,
know.
you go?
Yeah.
Me too.
It's like. Probably didn't have it.
No, we bring it. But if you remember, it was,
Pardon me?
We're ready.
Well, you're ready, okay.
but yeah, normally it's. You got it going now? Oh, they're live.
Are you ready, Scott?
Certainly am.
Let you know.
Welcome to the Carroll County Commissioners meeting on the 1st of December. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the first order of business after that was the approval of the November 17th Commissioner meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the November 17th regular session minutes from as presented.
Okay. I will second that motion and call for a vote. All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. All I gotta do is find a pen that writes.
Getting there.
I'll yell at you.
No, that's fine.
Okay, and then next is our approval of claims.
I went through and signed the claims. I'll make a motion that we approve all claims as presented.
Okay, I will second that. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. And now we're ready to hear a petition to vacate an unused portion of public alley in Carroll County. And who? Sure, come right on up there, please.
May I slide this over slightly?
Wait,
Just so you talk into it.
Okay, talk into it. I'm pretty loud, so that's...
and I'm not very good, so
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. My name is Mackenzie Martin of the law firm of Diener and Martin with my partner Abigail Diener, just right over here on Union Street. I represent the property owner and petitioner, Mr. Shane Spencer. I would be glad to kind of give a little explanation or answer questions, however the Commissioners wish to handle.
yeah, do you have a map we can put up, or?
Yes.
Yeah, Beth's got to run in there for a second, then we'll get the map up and
And I have extra copies.
Is there any utilities on this right of way?
No, sir. There are no buried or aerial utilities, sir. I do have a map, and I have extra paper copies. Would you like it projected and paper?
Sure.
Okay. That is the petition with the exhibits that have the pictures on this. Mr. Johnson,
I've got
would you
it.
like it? You've got it. And Ms. Myers, would you like?
Sure.
Okay. Commissioner, I have a map that I have circled the alleyway on, and I also have the plat map. I tend to believe this beacon map is more helpful. Could I put this one up for now? The plat map's just a little harder to read.
Well, it's colorful anyway.
So, he's requesting that the unused platted alleyway that's running east to west between Mill Street and Illinois Street be vacated. This alleyway is based on the 1836 plat map. So as the commissioners are likely aware, this is affecting many properties in this area of Carroll County. Building over, pouring over the alleyway. So the main goal is to bring the property into compliance. And again, commissioners may be aware. So this was originally owned 1995, sold by Gary Underhill to Bruce Liebrook, and I believe it was a big A auto supply store. Previously owned by Darren Brown, bought that in 2002, and the auto repair and tow business, now called Complete Auto, has been operating out of this location since 2002. Mr. Spencer then purchased it 2013, been operating the same business, same location. He wants to, of course, vacate the alleyway. As you can see, there are 10 parcels here. So they break down 5 on each side. This is Complete Auto main location. This is where the commissioners are likely familiar with.
Wait, I lost that last bit. This, I see where the auto shop is there.
Yes,
Which alley are we looking at
this
here?
one, Commissioner.
The whole way through the block?
Yeah, he owns all of these parcels.
Oh,
So all of the parcels in question are owned by Mr. Spencer. The alleyway touches all of his parcels only. And then it abuts Mill in Illinois. So I'm not,
and this is for Shane Spencer, right?
yes, Commissioner.
Is he here?
He is here, and he could answer any additional
see.
questions you might have.
No, that's all right. I just like to know.
Oh, absolutely. So we've obviously been in close contact with Mr. Johnson and appreciate his assistance, as well as Area Plan. I believe, I don't want to speak for them, but Area Plan supportive of this. It would bring the property into compliance. It is zoned B2 properly, so it does not need rezoned. It would just continue operations as is, but get rid of this antiquated alleyway. I'm not sure when this other building was constructed, but it's in the alleyway.
The
So,
one at the bottom
yeah,
or at the south?
yes, Commissioner.
Huh.
So, I mean, you can see it's a problem throughout. All these homes are, to the east, there's a home built in the alleyway. I mean, it's a problem in this whole area. So he's, trying to do the right thing, bring the property into compliance. And again, to reiterate, there are no buried or aerial easements that we need to worry about.
So just one quick question.
Yes,
That-
sir.
Pretty much that entire block between Mill and Illinois, 6th and 7th, is owned by one individual, correct?
100% owned by Mr.
That
Spencer.
entire square?
That entire square.
Very well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And that's Mill Street up there at the top.
Mil-
So Delphi has 2 Mill Streets.
Oh,
There's one out on that side of town too.
I didn't know that.
Huh. Well, the big town of Cutler has 2 railroad streets, so I guess that's all right.
I defer to Abigail when it comes to Cutler. That's a land I'm not as familiar with.
Okay, is there anyone here that wants to speak adversely to this, that has any problem with this, closing this alley? What do you think, Scott?
I don't see an issue with it. No easements, no power, telephone, et cetera. And it brings it into compliance, correct, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
What compliance are we talking about?
I'm not for sure.
There's buildings built across the alleyway that were there prior to Mr. Spencer owning it. So, just, years ago, there wasn't such a robust area plan and no one helping to plan this stuff. So, it was probably not permitted or anything, it was just built.
Uh-huh.
So he's doing the right thing, he's going through the right channels, trying to make sure everything's squared away the right way, so we don't run into this stuff in the future.
What's the width of that alley?
15 feet, Carroll.
Let me defer to my petition. Mr. Johnson might beat me to it here.
It is stated on the plat, and I think it was 16 feet,
Really? That's a pretty wide alley.
16.5.
16 and a half.
16.5.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Yes.
It's at a rod.
I figured
right?
out
It's a rod.
16.5. Why would you do that?
One rod wide, which is what they did a lot.
One
200
rod
years
wide.
ago.
Yeah. And just so I reviewed this, and the notice has been in the paper, and notice was given by mail to anybody that is potentially affected by the alley, and everything's in order legally for this.
Okay.
And Commissioners, thank you, Mr. Johnson. Commissioners, I do have an additional copy I'll give to our auditor that shows the certified mailing. They've already received the proof of publication, but I also have that as well. So all the certified mailing for adjacent property owners.
Well, it appears the alley does go on north, but it doesn't go south, does it? Oh, wait, it maybe does go south.
I do believe it goes south.
Yeah.
I believe, Commissioner, that this entire, the plot map will reflect, there are platted alleyways.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, there's a home here, there's a poured concrete there. I mean, it's a problem in that entire Dunlop Finch addition.
It's fine with me.
Yep. I'll make a motion that we approve the petition to vacate the alley as presented.
And I certainly will support that and second the motion and call for a vote. All in favor of the petition to vacate an unused alley, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's done.
Thank you, Commissioners. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. Johnson.
You bet.
Mr. Johnson, did you need that executive order
Next
from
up
me?
is Highway
I am going to
Superintendent Hunter.
Have Bill sign it, and we'll send it to you.
Good morning, Hunter.
Good morning.
Well, oh, you gotta open some stuff for us today, huh?
Excuse me. Here.
You know, one of the things you tell us is if there are bid bonds like that included in the packet there.
Okay.
What are we taking bids on today?
On our fuel and our stone.
Fuel and stone, okay? And so which one are you doing first?
Okay. We're gonna do the fuel one first.
Okay?
And this would be Newton oil. And it does have a bond on it.
Okay. Hunter, a lot of times they'll have things on there that we don't necessarily buy that they're bidding on, so
Okay.
just the things that are really appropriate and that you're really looking for, well, read those off to us.
Okay. The on and off-road diesel, 2.4573.
And that's on-road or off-road?
Yeah, on-road or off-road.
Either, right?
Yeah, both. The 87 gasoline is 1.8993.
Hmm.
And who's that from?
Newton Oil.
Newton?
That's who we have now, yeah.
Okay.
And then the 87 unleaded. Oh, I already wrote that in. So just those two. The 87 unleaded is 2.397.
That's listed 12 months,
Yeah.
fixed price, okay? Like for all the year.
Okay.
And it said, no, we make you, if you just hand me all that stuff, make you sad.
Now, on that one, you had gasoline at 18993 for 87,
Yes.
and then another one for 2.397. What's the difference between those two?
The difference was the bottom one. The bottom one is a fix for 12 months.
This is 12 months,
Yeah, 12 months it'd be fixed at that.
and the first one was
First one,
like 6 months?
floating.
Huh?
It's floating.
Floating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have said that.
And how much was it? I don't know either.
1.893 or 1.8993, and that's the floating rate.
Yeah. And then the locked-in rate for the.
The locked in is 2.397.
Hmm.
50
That's a big
cents.
difference.
50 cents, yeah.
In case any of you are wondering, he cannot go through these ahead of time and get them all down because they have to be opened publicly in here. So he's seeing these all for the first time.
I apologize for how slow I am.
You're doing fine, don't worry about it.
This one's from Keystone.
Keystone, okay.
And this one does have a bond too. This one does have a bond too.
Okay.
The 87 is 2.1875.
Wait, run that back by me.
The 87 gasoline
Okay.
is 2.1875.
12-month locked? Or is that the floating?
That's the
That is
lot.
the locked.
The
price,
locked,
the fixed
okay.
price, yes. And then the same fixed price for the off-road diesel is 2.5017. And for the on-road locked is 2.4987.
Is that diesel?
Yeah, the on-road diesel.
Okay.
And that would be the floating
Hmm.
The escalating says.
Did they have a floating?
Yeah, yes. If I The escalated one would be the 87 gasoline, would be 1.9083.
1.9,
083.
okay.
The off-road would be 2.4439. The on-road diesel would be 2.4409.
And what was the off-road again?
2.4439.
Well, much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep duplicates out. Saying that's all you've got.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look real quick, just make sure I didn't overlook something. Did I overlook that one, I guess? And that is all the fuel bids we have, just two.
Just two of them?
Yeah. That's a fuel bid.
Says that you've got them.
Yeah, but it was,
Maybe they've got both.
it's exactly what it was, I looked at the wrong one. Gosh dang.
You're okay. You're fine, you're fine.
I apologize, there is one more fuel bid. It was
Okay.
mixed in with the stone one. Which one's this? Heritage.
Have a duplicate.
There's your bond.
Where's that from?
Heritage.
Oh, those are, that's that person that wanted that form.
Yeah, I just heard about that. I didn't hear about it. No, I did not. I just heard about it this morning.
Okay, well, he came in to get the,
I
this
just-
one might have a missing form, but he was trying to get the form from us. We do not pass out bid forms. We don't have any. Never have had. I even looked in the, where the archivable forms are.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought, well, maybe it's a really old form, but they couldn't find one at the highway either. But he did come in, and I told him I would vouch that he tried to get that form, and I don't even, it's Form 96 or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
95.
95, okay. And do we know what that it really is? I don't even know what it is, do you?
What is it a bid for?
Fuel.
Fuel?
Yeah.
How many bids do you have?
We have 3.
Was not including that one.
Not including this one, we only have 2.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's the bidder's responsibility to know and to use the right form. It's not the county's duty to.
I understand, but he did try, he talked to the highway 2 or 3 times. He never did talk to Hunter. I mean, that wasn't.
What form is it that he didn't have?
well,
95, it's a standard form for bidding for supplies and materials. 96 is for public construction. 95 is for bidding for materials. You can't accept a bid that's not,
This says State Form 96 on these other 2.
okay,
A
well,
contractor's
that,
bid for
if it's vendor applied materials, then you use a 96.
Okay,
Is this isn't vendor applied materials, yeah, the fuel is,
you're talking
fuel is
language
fuel.
I don't know.
Now,
This is a fuel
asphalt
bid.
products
A
are,
fuel bid, there's just a
some of them
thing
are
that says-
vendor applied, then they are supposed to use the Form 96.
Here today.
I don't think you can waive that requirement, though.
Okay. Well, so on advice of our attorney, just put that back away and go on.
And it's Heritage, is that what you said?
Yes.
there a bid bond?
I didn't see one yet.
Okay, so it's got more than one copy.
Yeah, I didn't see one at all.
There was no bond either, so there,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you a copy of that one.
Thank you. Now we are moving on to the stone bids.
Say that again, please.
Now we're moving on to the stone bids.
Stone bids,
Yes.
okay.
This one is gonna be from US Aggregates. This one does have a bond on
And who's this from?
it. US
Ag.
Aggregates.
USA, okay.
On our 9 stone is $22.
A ton,
Yes, sorry.
that's all right.
Pick out what we use, because a lot of this is what we use. On our 11 stone is $20.75. Our 53s is $12.70. And our 73s is $12.40. And our rip wrap is $59. You did it? Okay.
We need to say that. We'll have him look at them.
Okay. Look at it. Look it over. This is IMI out of Logansport. And this one does have a bond. Number 9 stone is $17 per ton. Our 11s is $17.60. Our 53s and 73s is $12.10. And the rip wrap is $16.50.
16?
$16.50.
Sorry to have to do this to you, but can you look back on the US Ag one, what rip wrap was again?
$59.
Well, that's a big difference.
It's huge.
59 and 16.50. Okay. That's what I had written down too, and I thought, God, I must have done something wrong there.
Oh, yeah.
I never saw any 196 on the other two either.
this is the new Logansport quarry that just went in off the Heartland.
That's the Logan Sport, isn't it?
Yeah, right there by the truck stop, it's right behind the truck stop there on the
They
Heartland
should
there.
take the other bids under advisement.
Yeah, we got that, that's what I'm talking about, these two are bid, fuel bids. Go look and see if you see the form.
This one is from the Logansport quarry, the new one. And it does have a bond.
Our notice, 96, I think, they did.
I don't see it on there.
Well, right there.
So it's a contractor's bid.
Yeah.
They would've had that,
See,
could've found that.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
They
Or
used-
53 stone, $12.45 a ton. 9 stone, $16.50. And 11 stone, $17.20.
Does it have a rip rep?
It did not.
I don't think it matters in this situation.
53s were 12 what?
53s was 12.45.
45, okay.
I do not see it.
Okay, we'll work at it later.
Logan Sport didn't have anything for 73s.
Just 53s.
Okay.
Is all they. Like I said, it's a new quarry they just started at, so I'm sure hopefully maybe in the future they will have.
Okay.
And that's the last of the bids for this time.
I do not, unless that guy went clear back, I don't know, but it's not the guy I talked to.
He's Keystone. He's from Keystones.
This is one.
The one that says not acceptable. Do you have a copy? Did they give you a copy of this?
Yes, they did. I thought I laid it in front of me. I think it's right here, Beth.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Now, do you want the copies?
Sorry.
Originals or
I'll
copies?
take the copies. You can keep the originals.
Bring the originals back.
Okay. Thank you. And that's the last one.
Did they take it under advisement?
I think,
You need to act on the fuel bids. Is there a fuel bidder here?
Represent Keystone, yeah.
Yeah. Do they need to act on this today?
For the fixed price, we would need to know today, so we could lock that in. The floating, no, we would not need.
So it's, depends on which one you take. You would need to do that. I'm gonna advise you to take the other bids under advisement, so we can look at them and you can make a decision at your next meeting.
We also base part of our decision on location too, as far as
Correct.
where we're hauling to.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's-
Okay, so
fuel
we
bids
need to look at
at.
Keystone and Mid-North.
Newton.
Is that correct?
Hey, yes, is that correct, Hunter?
Yes, just
and-
Keystone and Newton Oil's the only
Yeah.
two.
Yep.
Oh, I got stone, Beth. What do I do? I put them in the bag.
Oh, he's got them.
Oh.
I'm sorry. This is the one for the fuel bid that was not
Yeah, so good.
approved.
And you had 3 for the stone, right?
Yes. This one's.
What do you think, Scott? Do we gonna go with the,
Well, I was gonna ask Hunter, I know he and I had this discussion previously about Newton. They have some mechanism in place that, like, they'll come on a monthly basis, or they have some electronic device that will read
Yeah.
what you've got left, and they're Johnny on the spot as far as getting things there on time. Does Keystone have something similar to that?
As far as electronic tank monitoring,
Right.
yes, we do have those as well.
Okay, is that any extra charge to have that installed?
No, we would provide that as well.
Okay.
I'm under the impression the county owns their tanks and the equipment too, is that correct?
Yes, we just purchased our tanks through Newton Oil last year when we switched to them.
Okay.
We always used to use Keystone's tanks, and then we switched last year to Newton Oil, and we purchased our own tanks, so we don't have to
Okay.
swap them out every year when we
There won't be a back-end charge switching if we were to switch? Wouldn't be a back-end charge from Newton?
Not
Okay.
in the- no. I will just say from my experience so far this winter, we've had very good luck with Newton's. They pre-treat their diesel, so did Keystone. We've had nothing but good luck so far this winter with their pre-treating. I can't say that as much
who's the low bidder?
last year.
Well,
Keystone appears, at least on their gas, 239, this is the fix, 239 versus 218, .7. The diesel is pretty well, pretty well similar.
Mm-hmm.
diesel, I have 245 for Mid-North, 250 for Keystone, is that right?
Yes.
Was it 244 for on-road and 244.3 off-road? Is that the floating rate? Or is that a fixed rate?
The floating rate on-road was 2.44.
Okay.
And who is that?
Keystone.
Keystone.
Keystone. Yeah, one road 244, that's what I have.
Gallons usage between diesel and
We
gasoline?
use way more diesel than we do.
Way
gas.
more diesel.
more.
Okay,
It's not even comparison, really.
okay.
So that's the big one for us to look at, is the diesel.
Diesel is the main one we use. It's not even comparison to the gas we use.
Which would put Newton ahead, because they're
I didn't get it, what?
Newton at a nickel cheaper on diesel.
And is that your fixed rate or floating?
That's a fixed rate, yeah.
So would that be what you would want to make a motion toward? Is that 5 cent difference?
Well, I mean, if significantly we use so much more diesel, I think that would be where we'd save the vast majority of it.
Nickel a gallon would add up a lot over the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, each truck's going through about 100 gallons of diesel a day.
100 a day.
Each dump truck uses, right now, plowing snow, we're going through each dump truck's around that.
So you
Which
got-
we've been plowing 14 hours too, I mean, straight, but, yeah, the tanks are 60-gallon tanks, and we fill them up more than once a day.
So you got $5 a fill up,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
cheaper with,
$5 a day. That would be my motion to, I guess, stick with Newton.
Newton and Mid-North are the same.
Newton Oil is all I,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
recall a Mid-North.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Somehow I wrote that down on here.
Yeah, I just got Newton Oils.
Newton Oil.
Okay. Take that off. Newton Oil is who you have made the motion for.
I would.
I will second that and call for a vote. All in favor of the motion with Newton Oil, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Now, the others, the stone, we will, pending, what we usually do is accept all those bids, and then you will give us a final decision on, am I saying it right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can do that. I mean, you've accepted most years, you've accepted all of the bids, and depending on geographic location, allowing the highway department to choose based upon geographic location and availability. Unless there was some clear, if you have enough information to do that today, if you need to study them, then my recommendation would be to motion.
Well, it appears that IMI is cheaper on about every category down through there than is US Ag. The biggest one stands out, is what we already discussed, was riprap, $59 from US Ag and $16.50 from IMI. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And the others are from a little bit to, well, okay, so if we take number 9's, US Ag is 22 and IMI is 17, so that's $5 a ton, which would add up an awful lot too. Now, IMI, you have to go to Lafayette to pick it up, do you? Or?
They're the ones that got Logan Sport, Corey.
Oh,
They have
okay.
Logan Sport, and then
That's
they have.
east on 24, isn't it?
The old quarry out there.
And then they
As a
also
little
have
kid, I'd go by that quarry.
the old Seagulls in Delphi.
Oh,
IMI
that's
has
correct.
that
Yeah,
as
that,
well.
yeah.
What'd you just say?
The Seagulls up.
Oh,
South
yeah.
of Pennsylvania.
IMI
Yeah.
has it.
Mhm.
So you get gravel there.
Yeah. Unless they have limited on what to get there. It's not like the one at Logan Sport.
Mhm.
But for example, like if we're working in Delphi, around Delphi, I know riprap was more, but we're right there at Delphi instead of paying all that fuel and a driver at $24 an hour driving to Logan Sport and back and all that. So it's kind of nice to have the availability there if we're right there to grab a load if we need a load or two.
Okay. So Scott, what do you think? Accept both of them, or?
Well, I suppose we could accept both and then give the option to you as to who we use the most.
Can we
Is that-
accept all three of them? The new Corian off the Heartland and IMI and Delphi?
Yeah, the new one
Mhm.
is cheaper yet.
A little bit cheaper on the 9s and 11s.
I would like to
Mhm.
look at that. Just
Okay.
like- I'm supposed to be doing a tour of it. I haven't been up there yet, but they invited me up to do a tour, so.
Unless there's something in the bidding documents that required you to do it from a single source or from all of them, you can make the acceptance of the bids based upon riprap from IMI.
Location.
And number of whatevers from, you can do that. That's, and we will need to put that information in the acceptance of the bid. That what we're accepting of that bidder's offer, what materials. Instead of just a blanket, we're accepting all of them,
Does it need to be that specific?
Well,
I mean, if we
It's-
blanket accept it, I mean,
Yeah.
we could get 9s,
We-
11s, or
We've
riprap.
not had any complaints about doing it the way you've been doing it always, which has been accept them all.
Okay. Given that, I'll make a motion that we accept all 3 bids, depending upon location of work and need of a particular variety of stone, accept all 3 of them as presented.
I don't see any comments, so I'll second that and call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed.
Yeah, the commissioner signed.
I've never had anybody sign it. Used to do it all, so who's the one I'm trying to say?
I'm pretty sure he brought it in, they signed it after the fact.
Not during the day, same day.
Okay.
So
No,
can you tell me what to give them?
well, they didn't put the signature page on it.
I don't think any of them did. I didn't see any.
There's no
of them.
signature page
That's
on
what I
that
said, I
one.
didn't see any of them. Oh, that's the fuel one. Sorry, this is the stone ones.
Is this a stone?
That's the stone ones. These are the fuel ones you was looking at.
What the correct thing to do?
Yeah.
That's a public works bid.
I can have them send them over, I guess, and bring them next meeting.
We could do that.
Cause I didn't see them in any of them, unless I overlooked them. There we go.
There's where the board signs.
Okay. On each one of these?
On each one that has that form, that
Okay.
first one like that didn't have any signature page.
So what about the field works too? Do they do those?
I didn't see that they had a, is this a fuel bid?
Yeah, it's.
I don't see that they had a signature page on this.
Well, we didn't-
There's no place
Yeah,
to sign this one,
Okay.
so the record will have to be,
Can you just
Sufficient
sign somewhere?
they can provide you with a copy that has the signature page that goes with that.
Did you hear that? You need to get a signature page.
You
Okay.
get them to give you a signature page for that bid.
Okay.
And then somebody from the board needs to sign it, unless the board authorizes you to sign it.
You?
Trying to find that one. That one? That's in their signature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ted.
You
Thank you,
bet.
Ted. Yeah, I thought I learned all about today. See what's this one.
You start getting those and I'll-
Okay.
Okay, what do we have here?
That's the one you're supposed to sign. For the stone bids.
Actually, you should probably do the originals. Doesn't matter.
Here's that.
You can go. Let's go.
so.
Got one more here?
Yeah. I'll go over there right now, so I don't forget, because I know I will. Thank you.
This guy is not gonna be here. Beth told me that before you got in here. Kevin Long, he's not here. Oh, just in the quiet.
Yeah.
You bet.
What's a VA volunteer?
I don't know.
Got anything else?
Okay, you have anything else for us?
I do not. Do you have anything for me?
Well, how did it go on road plowing?
It's still going.
Uh-huh.
We have a couple trucks broken down right now, so we have a couple drivers that don't have a truck, but we're getting them fixed today, hopefully, so they'll be back out on the road. We'll try keeping up with it. Looks like we might get a little bit throughout the night, but nothing like this.
Yeah.
We should be okay.
You have any questions about it?
I don't think so. I saw him out Saturday in a hall when I was gallivanting.
Yeah, I got out and drove drove the roads, looking at them, and it looked to me like you were doing a very adequate job of covering it. It was tough because it was blowing back in when you went right past it. But
Yeah, we ended up pulling the drivers about 9 o'clock on Saturday just because we was doing more harm than we was good to ourselves, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, tell them we appreciate it.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is our Carroll Manor Superintendent.
Good morning. I had one application there. I brought another one last week and dropped it off.
I have it right here.
For both of them?
I noticed one thing about it on here.
Yes.
It says there's all kind, for the people out here, there's all kinds of information that can be filled in on these. One of them is preferred mortuary, and they put on it not applicable. I'd like to do that on mine, so it
I mean, they have no preference.
doesn't apply to me.
I have no religious preference or no mortuary. There should be two, one for Scott. He's the one who came with the J County other two, so they all came last week. And then Norman, I talked to Scott over the phone with him. It was kind of an emergency situation, and when I brought his application up last week to add to the other one. And then we should have one new guy coming today, and it would have put us at 22, but we lost one of our longtime residents last week. He passed away, so.
Okay, so are both those the same? No.
No. The second one, you and I talked about.
Yes. I called Scott on that one,
I think I only have one.
and I emailed him about the other one, so.
We didn't get that in time to copy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we did, but it was put in your box, and we didn't know it.
Yeah, it was like
Put 'em in the box.
2 dear ones.
Yeah, so you need to
At 5 o'clock.
make sure they get to my desk, because we about missed it.
Now, is the second one coming in for sure?
Yeah, everyone that you guys have approved is coming in. Now, the one you've already approved, Marshall, he comes in today.
Okay.
So we would have had 22, but like I said, we had someone pass away last week that's been there for a few years, so it goes at 21.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to work out the issues. After our last meeting, I called Social Security about the payee stuff, see if I could get the ball rolling before they got there. And Lafayette, so I could get the documents online, which wasn't true. I searched all over. Called Indianapolis, and they helped me. They're gonna send me a bunch of copies. That way I can start a whole new folder and file out there. So if this happens in the future, then we're already set up with the paperwork we need. So once I get that from Social Security, they'll be able to sign off, and I can take it down there, have it hurry and switch, and then open their bank accounts.
Okay. So this one is our 5th RCAP.
Yes,
Scott is our 5th RCAP, correct? Which,
and he's full RCAP, like he has,
okay,
it's completely paid by the state.
which puts us up to our max.
Yes.
Okay.
What was the name of the second application?
Full pay.
What's the name?
Norman Liggett.
Norman Liggett. And do you know when he'll be coming in? Or is he already there?
He's already there.
He's already
That's
there.
what I called you, it was an emergency situation.
Yes, yeah, and you said, well,
He came
depending
in-
upon what happens over the weekend, da-da-da, so
He came in Monday.
he came in Monday. Very good, okay.
So I would entertain a motion, Scott.
So moved that we accept the 2 applications that have been presented to us for residency at the Carroll Manor.
I'll,
You have to ratify. Did
Okay.
you already sign them?
we haven't signed it.
No,
I knew the Liggett, but I thought the first one was already signed by,
I think there's a page not here on the one that I have.
yeah, there's not a signature page on
On the,
Harmon.
so,
well, if there are emergencies, then somebody was supposed to come in and sign those. Or she calls you out there to sign them
yeah.
before they
Any one
come.
of us can sign them.
Right.
Sign them in.
So we're not ratifying. We're just accepting.
We're
Correct,
accepting.
yes.
And Mr. Harmons, you'll have to bring back to us next meeting with the signature page on it, okay?
Yeah, I was putting in the mailbox.
Well, okay.
Do not put it in a mailbox.
Why?
Give it to me.
Okay.
That's why I didn't get caught.
Did we ever vote on your
No.
motion?
I made the motion. I think we need a second and a vote.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye?
Aye. Motion passed. We have 2 new residents. And you think you might have another one coming, you say?
I do have one coming today. You guys have already approved him though. And then I had a lady call me, looking for a room, so we may have another one.
So I think you told Scott, and I was reading these things, what does this put us up to on
It'll be
population?
21. We would have had 22, but one of our residents that's been there a while, she passed away last week.
Oh,
So these will put us at 21
Mm-hmm.
with the potential of 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
sorry to hear you lost the one.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough week.
Okay. That's the one that was in the hospital last meeting.
Yeah.
Do you need these back right now? Yeah.
She could put them in the mailbox.
I'll
Okay.
put them in
I've got copies of
her
them.
mailbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
We'll need
Is there anything we
a
need to,
copy.
anything we need to do for the matter?
No?
Okay. Dale Seward. There he is in the corner.
Nobody puts Dale in the corner.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name's Dale Seward. I'm the Republican Party Chair for Carroll County. Back about 3 or 4 months ago, the trustee for Jefferson Township, Rita Millhouse, resigned and moved to Lafayette. The only applicant I had to replace her was Jamie Ruff, and he was put into that position. And then another he was on the advisory board, so that left an opening on the advisory board. And then after that, a couple weeks, another lady that was on the advisory board resigned, and she moved. So that leaves 2 positions open on the advisory board. I'm not real fluent with Jefferson Township. I don't know that many people up there, and it's taken us a while to get a couple applicants. Unfortunately, it's been over the 30-day limit for the party to put those new people in. And so that's why I'm here today to present you with 2 names to put into those 2 positions and get them up to full staff so Jamie can have meetings and get his budgets squared away.
Okay, Dale, do we have paperwork on that you
I didn't bring any, no.
Okay, all right.
I have the names, if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Vicki Criswell, Criswell, and the other one is Jane L. Rehwinkel, Rehwinkel. I give them my stamp of approval, if that means anything.
To who?
To you guys.
How do you spell Vicky? Is it with an I or a Y?
I believe it's an aye.
I believe I know, casually know both of them.
Okay. I would ask that you vote to place them in those seats, and we can get Jefferson Township up to snuff.
Well, we don't want any that are below snuff.
We don't know. We've been under snuff for about a month. Tired of it.
I would entertain a motion, Scott.
So moved that we approve the positioning of Vicki Criswell and Jane Raywinkle as advisory members for Jefferson Township.
And I have one question. Who's the third one?
We only have 2 slots. Oh, who's the one that's sitting?
Yeah.
Ron Fells.
Ron Felt. He's been there for quite a while.
Okay. I will second the motion and call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have now, motion is passed, and we have Nikki Criswell and Jane Raywinkle in as advisory board. And
Thank you very much. I
letting
appreciate
fly
it.
now, yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you. Our 9:50 supposedly, we were about 15 behind. That's a Kevin Wand on your agendas, and
He
They're not here.
canceled this morning,
yeah,
and it's Ward instead of Wand. I couldn't read his writing.
it's Ward.
Yes.
Okay, Kevin Ward. All right, well, anyway, we're skipping over that one. So we're now ready for the sheriff. Good morning.
So I'm just here for, it's Merrimack, the fire inspection, the suppression stuff out at the new jail. We did the contract for 25, it's a year to year, nothing's changed. Same price, same everything, just looking to get permission to sign that. It's one of those DocuSign online things, so.
Well, I'll make a motion that we allow the sheriff to sign the contract for, is it Merrimack?
Yes.
For fire suppression?
It's through Brennico, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I put.
I will second that and call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you.
Motion passed. How's everything going?
Very busy.
Very busy?
Yeah.
You have a lot of slide-offs and all that over the...
I think just myself alone in about a 12-hour period the other day, I probably did 20 myself.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How, are we in the process of getting the grinder in place?
Yes, yeah, I have the official final number, which I didn't bring with me, but it's 103, and they're starting to work. The grinder, for lack of better words, the grinder itself is on back order, but they're gonna do all the preliminary work.
Prep work?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then put it in as soon as it comes in. But
Good.
yeah, it's all,
And that's,
Grind blankets and everything?
as far as, that's what I'm told.
Okay.
well, didn't you, I think one of the conversations I had with you, it's getting better out there
Yes,
to a certain extent.
I took away their commissary for a couple of weeks, and it got better. It went from we having to check on it daily and scoop it out to once or twice a week. I mean, it's still happening.
Sure.
But it's a lot better.
Okay.
There's no way you can tell who's doing it?
No, it all comes into one central place.
But you don't have somebody without a blanket out there?
It's several. It's several people. It's not just one person that gets it all clogged up. They all get upset for whatever reason and decide to
Probably
try
the
and
same
close it.
reasons to put them in there in the first place.
That would be my guess.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
911 Director, Mike. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, John. Real quick, on the mass notification system that we had 7-8 years ago, we went with Code Red. They had a data incident earlier this year. They got taken down for a while by FEMA. They're slowly working their way back up, but they haven't been real responsive in my inquiries. Our contract is up with them at the end of the year. I talked with Scott on the phone, and I also talked with Taylor Fife from the council. We're looking, the sheriff and I are going to team up, and there's a new app out there called Sheriff App. What this app will do is it'll benefit two departments. One, there'll be an inmate list that will be on the application so people can check and see who's currently in our jail. The sex offender registry will be on there. It'll also do the National Weather Service rebroadcast for when there's storms and that. That's probably one reason why you didn't see any, your phones didn't go off when we had the snow, the winter storm warning go off this year, because it's not linked into FEMA Code Red anymore right now. And then we can also rebroadcast the accidents or any other road closures and stuff. So I'm just looking at your permission to go ahead and switch to this other company.
Is there a cost? I mean, how much more?
It's going to be about 500 more than what we normally pay Code Red, but between the sheriff and I, we've got it worked out.
Per year?
Yes. There is a startup cost that I can cover with my GIS money that I
Okay.
ended up getting a grant for, and that's why I spoke with the council.
And if I wanted to look on there just as a citizen, to
Look for
see
a
your roster of people, where do I look?
When we go live with the app, there's an app that you can put on your Android or an iPhone.
Uh-huh.
You can go right into it. It'll open up, and there'll be a picture of the sheriff on there.
Okay.
We're not gonna use that as a selling point.
That's my selling point. I'm actually going to get him red-faced before that happens.
He already is.
Along with that, then you just click in, like if you want to see what the current roster is, you can hit a button on the app and it will pull up the current roster of the inmates. I mean, there's a bunch of other features that it can do. We just decided not to go with all those extra features at this time.
Okay.
I will make a motion that we give our EMS director and our sheriff the approval to go ahead and contract with this new emergency service.
Okay. I'll second. Call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Thank you, Mike.
Did you guys have anything for me on the EM or now myself?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Coattail, Tony, what's our census currently?
I didn't look this morning, but it's been right around 48, 50,
Okay,
right in that ballpark.
very good. Thank you. And we don't have anybody out of county, correct?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Very well. Good.
Let's jump down to you, Beth, if that's all right.
Okay.
Ed,
I have a copy of the Hartman and Williams letter of engagement for next year. They help with the annual report and other things during the year. It's in my budget for this year and next year, so I need a authorization for you to sign.
Do I have it here in my file?
Yes. Looks like this. It's based on an hourly rate, so if we don't use them that much, we don't use the fees, so, or pay the fees.
Okay. Well, this is something that you and we benefit greatly from,
Yes,
isn't
we do.
it? Okay.
I'll make a motion that we contract for 2026 with Hartman and Williams, according to the contract that's in front of us.
I will second that. Call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye?
Aye. Motion passed.
The next on the agenda is the Northwest Solid Waste District reimbursement letter. Every 1st of July and December, we send out a requesting to be reimbursed for our labor for the half of the year for recycle out at the transfer station or any other bills. And we have the shredding bills that we have. And I have to send all those in and then ask for reimbursement. I'm not exactly sure on how much our total amount that we can get. It used to be 20 to 25,000. So we've already received 21,000, but I'm turning in the whole thing because sometimes when the transfer station doesn't get all their money, they will treat it as the county reimbursement. Depends on who's looking at the claim. So this year, this 6 months, it's 20,607.78. And I will say that the recycle operators that are part-time, we can claim all of their pay.
Okay.
And we claim 65% of the transfer operator. So it's a pretty good deal.
So, what we are requesting to be refunded, or to be funded to us, is $20,607.78.
Yes.
Now, you can say it could go up to 25 as the maximum?
No, I mean the whole amount for the year. So I don't know whether we'll get all of this, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay, we may
I
be
couldn't
over.
spit it
then.
out. You're right.
Because we've already said.
We've
you
already
said
gotten 21,000, I
21.
believe, from the first part of June.
Okay.
But we're trying it.
So we need to endorse this to get this refund.
I'll make a motion that we endorse the letter to Northwest Indiana Solid Waste District for reimbursement for the transfer station.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. This is the original here.
Oh, so we don't want to sign this one.
That's okay.
Is there 2 copies in here?
No, there's
Are
just
there
one, and that's
2?
all I need. I just scan it in and send it. I'm not sure Ted knows he's up, but we could do the commissioner other business. Like the sign on the courthouse lawn.
Okay, sign, that's what I'm looking for. I know I saw that in here. Sign on the courthouse lawn.
Yeah, we got two of them, I believe. One from Wabash Erie Canal Park and one for Delphi Lions.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's Delphi Lions. I know I saw, okay. Christmas at the Canal sign. Oh,
I'll make a motion that we approve both the Wabash and Erie Canal Park and the Delphi Lions to utilize the courthouse grounds for signs.
well, they both, let's see. Canal Park wants December 1st through 6th, and the Lions wants now through December 6th. I thought maybe we'd have them up all Christmas time here. 12, 1. Okay, so I'll second that motion, and I will call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. Beth, do you have anything else for us?
No, just the appointment to the Wabash River Heritage. You received something, and we've copied it and put it in your folder, that Mike would like to, I don't know how to say his last name, so I don't want to screw it up. He would like to keep serving, and Dan McCain also would still like to be the alternate if you think he can. And then there's something here that you need to sign.
So we have both of them available to continue.
Right. One's an alternate, Mike never misses.
No, really?
Right. They sent a attendance sheet with all this.
I'll make a motion that we approve Mike Tetral to the Wabash River Heritage Corridor Commission with Dan McCain as an alternate.
I will second that, and all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now,
I guess I do have one more
quite a bit of
thing.
paperwork with us here.
Yeah.
Let's
If you
fill
just
that
do
out
the
right after the
signatures,
meeting.
yeah, and I
Okay.
can fill it out. I do have the contracts for the waste management that you wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and give those to you. Or did I send them to
I
you?
already, I've
Did
been
I-
copying what I need. Are those additional ones, or?
No, I mean, did I email them to you?
No, they were in my folder this morning. That's what I've
Okay.
been copying.
Okay,
I've got copies of them.
okay. But they're yours, those are yours. I've
Those are
got mine.
Okay,
Okay, I guess we're ready for you, Ted.
okay. It's it was tabled from the previous meeting, the right to farm, ordinance 2025-05, and it was given second reading, so it's eligible to be voted on.
Okay. I would like to know if there's anyone in the audience that has any thing to say about this. Yes, go ahead, please.
Good morning, Connie Neininger. I live in White County. I am contracted with all of the Kankakee Iroquois County, 8 counties, to implement the regional ag strategy. And we are asking the counties to adopt the Right to Farm Act, which is in the state code, but it just reinforces the importance of agriculture. And I think the Indiana Supreme Court issued an order safeguarding the rights of Indiana farmers following the Office of the Attorney General's defense of the state's Right to Farm Act. The Indiana Right to Farm Act strictly limits the scenarios in which an ag operation may be sued for nuisance. They still have to abide by all of your codes and by the Department of Environmental Management, all other, protective codes. It's just the nuisance of mainly dust and noise. And so one of the things regarding dust, I want to stress that the dust that does come from agricultural operations is basically organic material. It's not like a manufacturing plant where it comes from a chemical process. And so that is one thing. It's either the soil or the actual plant life that is causing the dust out there. Thankfully, it's not year-round every day, but it does happen at more times. And so it's basically trying to protect those farmers, realizing they're following their procedures, but to limit the nuisance lawsuits that might occur. And we did have a case in 2020 that did file nuisance lawsuits in Hendricks County. And again, the farmer was protected because of the Right to Farm Act.
The state act.
Yes, it is a state act, and we're just asking the counties to adopt it so it's in the state, in your county ordinances. What we're finding is most people don't realize that there is even a state act because they're not going to check the state code, every code out there. But if they're going to build or buy, they will generally check the county codes, the county ordinances. And that's why we're asking it to be put into the county ordinance to reinforce the state act.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else would like to speak on this topic? Scott?
I know we've been told that this is just another piece of paper given to somebody to say, hey, we have these. But essentially, it's nothing new that, you know, as has been stated, that it is a state act. It's not moving or changing any of the ordinances that we already have in place. How many of the 8 counties that you represent, how many have adopted this?
Oh, Pulaski County was the first. White County has a disclosure on their building permit, but we're also asking them to actually adopt it. Benton County has adopted it fully, and Jasper County is in the process at this point in time.
Okay, so 2 of the 8 have currently adopted it.
Have fully adopted it, correct.
Okay. I, like you, Bill, am not a huge fan of larger government, and this seems, I hate to say monotonous, but it seems like we're duplicating something that's already in place, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will speak coming from the Area Plan Commission because we dealt with this earlier this summer and fall, and it was I'm Carrie Butcher and I sit on the Area Plan, and we talked about this fall, earlier in the fall, and it had the complete support of the Area Plan to make sure that it was known so that there were not issues later on.
Because what?
We wanted to make sure that it was known to property buyers and that there were not issues down the road for landowners and homeowners.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
There will be abuses because we're human. And there are times when probably all of us are not as good a neighbor as we would like to be or should be. Like Scott said, I am opposed to legislation for the sake of legislation and for more pages in the book and to continue on that way. I have to think that this is kind of a, as George Orwell would have said in Animal Farm, how's that go? We're all equal, but some of us are more equal than others. And I don't think we need that second part added onto it. I think we're all equal. And I am not, I don't want to in any way say I am not in favor of a farmer's right to farm, because I absolutely am. I have not had a single farmer, and I know lots of them out here, I've not had one of them give me a call saying, hey, I want you to pass this. I don't want to pass something that is anti-progress or adding more. I would like to see more building out here. And whenever I say that, my wife says, well, do you want somebody to build right across the road from you? And I accept that as a possibility. That, yeah, right. I love, in the early part of summer, walking out on my front porch, and especially when the neighbor across the road has beans planted. I just love to see that green out there like a big lawn. I just think that's about as pretty of a thing as there is. Corn, corn's corn, but the beans look really nice to me, and I really like it. I'm from a farming family, but I won't support this redundancy that I see here just for the sake of redundancy. If somebody is wanting to build out here and they think I don't know, as they look for codes, I don't know many people that actually do it that way, that go to look for codes. I mean, they have to, in some respect. I mean, because they've got to come in and file for a building permit and everything. And if they're just going to buy a house out here, though, that's already here, I don't know how this would affect them when the state's already got it. We already have a bunch in our, I mean, I have read this thing and read it and sat down, and my copy I got at home was written all over it. And so my decision on this, Scott, is I'm not going to vote for it.
I've heard that this is something we would hand, and I don't know if that's the realtor or if it's the area plan or zoning, that they would give this ordinance to somebody to make them aware of the things that we already have in place. I don't know that it's a necessity. We could give them. Yeah, Mike, please.
May I step in just a minute?
Sure.
So I don't have anything particular personally involved in this, but Mike Martin, Carroll County Area Plan. So correct me if I'm wrong. So the gist of this is it doesn't go for just the big time farmers, just the guys cutting beans and shelling corn. So let's just say one of you guys decide to have a beehive in your backyard, and you want to plant a bunch of clover out there to start raising honey, okay? Then all of a sudden somebody authorizes a housing development next door to you, and then they want to file a lawsuit against you because your bees are stinging their kids, they're allergic to bees or something like that. Just, that's like a mild example of hypothetical situation, okay? So beehive was already there. Community came in, changed the dynamic of the area. Well, what makes it right to affect the livelihood of that small-time farmer, okay? So I get a lot of calls, nuisance, where it's just trash, junk, whatever, smells, noises, whatever. One particular situation out in Piermont, family farm, they owned all 80 acres, whatever it was, right? They rented Grandma and Grandpa's house out to a couple 30 years ago. They lived there for 20 years, ended up buying the house from the farm. Well, the kids started showing 4-H, started raising cattle, beef, and goats. Now, all of a sudden, these folks want to file complaints and want me to tell them they have to move their ag barns, move their fences. They shouldn't be able to have their livestock that close to their house. It's been like that for 100 years. It's just mild examples of like, so when someone calls and starts complaining to me, I'll be like, well, you got to look up such and such code, Indiana state code. I can be like, well, the county has such and such ordinance in place that protects the livelihood of that farm. I get it, you know, if you're going to build a new house right next to a hog operation, we got certain rules for that too, right? There's state rules for that, but we also have local rules for that also. So you can't build within a certain radius of a confined feeding operation. So I don't know it's really giving anybody any additional advantage or anything like that. It just, you know, things that are already in play and things that are going on already and naturally going to happen, this would protect that. That's what I get from it, and it goes in line with, you know, any other state law that is a law. Yeah, you're not supposed to speed, you're not supposed to drink and drive, but that's also a county or a local rule too, right? So I'm just throwing that out there.
Do we have, Ted, do we have local laws about speeding on the state highways?
Only on county highways.
Only on county highways, yeah, okay.
So it's like, you know, to me, even though it's redundant, sounds redundant, just like for instance, if I wanted to start my own hobby farm at my house, just like I don't really want anybody bugging me about my junk parked in my driveway, but I also don't want anybody bugging me about what I'm trying to do with my own property. So I have both sides of the fence. I deal with both sides of it, and I have emotions both ways. But, you know, just throwing that out there. That's my opinion. Hopefully it helps.
Wait, I got a question for you. Now, I know you'll give me an honest answer, so that's why I'm bothering to ask this question. Do you ever have a case where that you have a farmer who is complaining about the landowner and something they're doing over there?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Well, the only complaints from farmers I've been getting recently, or maybe just one or two, was just a little bit of minor crop destruction from the fiber optics. But it was literally like an area about the size of that table. They knocked down about 8 stalks of corn, you know, so. That's about the only complaints from the farm community I've gotten. Other than these one folks, the farm was essentially getting harassed by the new neighbor that had lived there for 30 years, knew it was a farm, all that stuff, and then, you know, they started getting a few more animals around the barns that had already been there for 100 years. It's the original farmhouse. They were, you know, from me to you away from barns when they bought it. So that's something that, like, when they go to the closing, they'd be like, they would acknowledge that they know that they're potentially in an agricultural operation. So just kind of help. So that way they can't file a lawsuit against these folks raising livestock in a farm environment. I get it if it's in like a U1 or an S1 zoning, like in city limits or something like that. Yeah, you don't really want to have certain kind of animals that could be a problem for health and safety, but I don't think this isn't the intent for that. It's more to like the vast majority of the property of the county. Ag zoning.
So this will do it, but our current documentation won't do it?
The only thing we have that I'm aware of is just on our building permit application, there is a section that said when they file an improvement permit, doesn't matter where, if it's a house or a shed or a pool, they sign that they understand that they're in an agricultural operation, you know, area, that there could be, you know, your standard agricultural things going on from time to time. So it doesn't, I don't have how it's worded in front of me. It's pretty basic, but it does, people are like, oh, what's this for? I'm like, well, it's, so you understand that you're in an agricultural area, you know, it's just like, oh, so, okay, if you built downwind from IPC, you know, yeah, it has a tendency to smell sometimes. But you're, you know, kind of acknowledge that. I mean, I can smell a sewage treatment plant from my house. Smelled it this morning.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Well, I guess in concurrence with you, Bill, I don't see, this is not going to stop human nature. You know, human nature is, I'm going to sue, I'm going to complain, I'm going to file a nuisance ordinance, I'm going to do something. I don't see how this, in and of itself, will stop human nature from doing what they want to do. Just because they were presented with something and signed that, yes, I understand this, but I'm still mad.
Well,
I'm still put out.
Not to interrupt, but so any house that was built or building that was built prior to what, 1972 or 76, you're supposed to sign a lead abatement agreement that you know that there's a potential you're going to be exposed to lead-based paint. So when you do renovations on the property, you've been informed that that's a possibility. I know they do that at closings. Where'd that come from? So just my thoughts on it, you know, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of, it's not going to change anything on my end of it that much, but, you know, probably the largest revenues in the whole county all come from farming, so, farming operations, so.
Right.
You guys got anything else, any other questions or any comments?
I appreciate your talking about like the bees and like that. I hadn't thought.
No, it's just, you know, it's kind of like, because the way I look at it, you don't really know how things are going to evolve. Whatever we consider normal farming practices now may change someday. And so someone passes some rule that you can't use, is whatever is normal practices today may be considered taboo someday down the road. So they could effectively ban a process if you don't have something already protecting that.
One viewpoint that I've heard a lot around the communities, the topic of why so many people get cancer anymore. And something I hear over and over and over from us common people is, I think it's in the soil. I think it's in the chemicals that we're putting on the ground and it's getting into the groundwater. And that's, now, I don't know that that's true, but I know that's the sentiment of a huge amount of our people out here. And that doesn't mean I want to run out though and make a rule that says that either way, says you can't apply it or you can apply it.
But
I don't.
I think in certain applications, most applications, agricultural stuff like that, they're supposed to be certified and or trained. When you're doing a certain amount, I think, you know, your regular garden, I mean, you go out and weed spray your garden or put down 7 dust or whatever, that you're probably way more highly concentrated than in a farm. But that's just, we're getting way out of my subject matter expertise, just opinions. But I understand what you're saying about that, but there's state rules that govern that kind of stuff too. So, I mean, you can't just you can't pump out a lagoon from a swine operation and pump it down the creek.
Right.
People do it, they're not supposed to. Just like with everything else, there's repercussions for that too, so.
If I may, yeah, you're correct, Mike. There are pesticide application certification requirements for those. And if they actually scientifically show that there are pesticides or such that do cause cancer, they, this is not going to protect them of that.
Right.
Because that's that's a new rule that they will most likely form. This doesn't change any rules that are out there. It's those nuisance dust. Like I said, it's, the dust blows across a dry field and there's going to be dust. There's plastic in almost everything that, that we consume anymore. Again, those are rules that haven't come down the pike yet, but they could. This does not change that.
I probably went far afield on that last part there. Didn't stay on point, but. Well, John, I have said that I am not voting for it. I guess it's up to you.
I can't see that there's, I mean, is this something we want to wait till Lauren
We could.
gets here, table it again? Because
That is the main reason you tabled it the last time, was you wanted Lauren to be here.
yeah, I think we'll continue that thing, but
Sure.
I'm pretty much in agreement with you also. But there may be
Well,
another thought.
I'm always open to
know.
hearing Lauren's opinion too, like I am everybody out here. By the way, I talked to Lauren last night and he sounds real good on the phone. And he's hoping to be back on the 15th. And, but he goes to the doctor this Wednesday and he'll know a lot more about it. He hasn't been released to drive yet or anything like that.
Okay.
We're hoping that he continues to progress and we miss him up here.
Indeed.
Okay. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it.
Got a motion?
I guess I'll make a motion that we table this once again until the meeting on December 15th.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye?
Aye. And then we'll go on ahead here.
I don't know if you got it. I sent by mail the
They've got everything.
county attorney contract.
Yeah.
It, the number changed. The council granted a 3% increase on the county attorney and 1% on the drainage board. I didn't change the hourly rate for anything that goes hourly. It's still the 165.
So you will accept the,
Yeah.
counties,
Yeah.
the councils?
I appreciate it.
And I'll make a motion that we accept the contract as presented by our attorney.
And I will wholeheartedly second that.
You can sign 3, that way I can give the surveyor's office 1, because it affects him too.
This contract, this is probably the only one all year that I haven't really read.
Oh, pardon me?
This is probably the only one I haven't really read here. This covers both surveyor and.
Yes.
Wait, you made a motion and I didn't call for a vote. I did second
You
it.
did second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye?
All right. Motion passed.
Here's 2 of those.
And then the executive order, while you're signing that, pertains to adding Carroll Manor $30,000 to the 2025 capital improvement plan. Expenditures of edit.
One more, Scott.
And I'll make a motion that we adopt Executive Order 2025-05, amending the 2025 capital improvement plan.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye?
Aye. Motion passed.
And the last thing I have, it's not on the agenda, I just had copies distributed of the, I don't know if you've got them yet. I drafted an ordinance creating Carroll Manor Advisory Board. It's not for your action today.
They do have
got
it.
copies of it?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so you got copies of that. What I wanted to call your attention to as you look through that is, you know, there's things that you can change in there that you may not agree with what I drafted. So I want you to think about let's see, here it is. The, who's on the board, I put as the president of the Board of Commissioners or is her designee, and the president of the council or the president's designee, one additional member of the county council appointed by the county council. I put the superintendent on the board, and one citizen member appointed by the Board of Commissioners, and then 2 additional members appointed by the Board of Commissioners from the following list, either 1 member or employee of the health department, or 1 trustee or advisory board member of a township in Carroll County, and then, or 1 additional citizen member. So take a look at the composition of it. There's no statute that says how you populate this board. So I kind of used as a guide the ones we did for EMS and emergency management. A lot of the boilerplate in here is from those ordinances as far as how it's organized. And then the other thing I wanted you to call your attention to as you read it is the frequency of the meetings. I put it every calendar quarter. I don't know if you want to change that to they call them as they need them, or as the board wants them to meet. That's another thought, you know, instead of just regular every calendar quarter. I mean, they might need to meet more than once getting set up, but this would be the minimum. I don't know if you want to compel them to meet every calendar quarter, so give some thought to how they, and maybe the council or other persons that are affected by it would have some suggestions on it. And then the quorum is 4, so that's a majority of 4 of 7. So it's real important to have at least 4 people that you can always count on to be there. If you get too many outside people, you know, you got to depend, you know, when I say outside of county officers, you know, you can maybe rely on them more. And the county officers can designate somebody to attend in their absence. If they're going to be absent, you can designate somebody else to attend. This isn't going to be making the decisions as much as the EMS and, you know, emergency management boards. This is really truly just an advisory board. The Board of Commissioners by statute have the responsibility to operate the county home if there is. So you're going to still be the one that decides who is going to be the superintendent and make the final decisions about any kind of a permanent action. So the advisory board is truly just an advisory board, not a decision-making body. And you can delegate things. I mean, you can designate certain things for them to look at to give you their opinion as a board. They give their input on the budget, as you'll see. I gave like 6 or 7 purposes for the board. So you may want to expand that or contract that list of purposes. So just something to think about as you look at that. And with that, I don't have anything else, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Did you happen to send this to Brady? Well,
I did send, I sent
Send it
him
the same thing?
email copy. I did not send one to Kim. I should probably have sent one to Kim. I can do that, or you can do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I was just making sure Brady started this, so
Yep.
I just thought maybe he
I copied him
needed
when
to.
I sent it to the board members, so that he can be looking at it.
Okay.
Who started this?
Brady
Wiles, it was his idea to,
about the advisory board.
with the council's blessing.
Okay.
But he kind of put put the paperwork together and gave it to Ted.
Okay. Is there anything else to come before the board? Any of you have anything you want to address with us, or?
Good morning. It's just about the bathroom, again, for the fairgrounds.
Mhm.
So I wasn't at the last council meeting, but I guess it was a councilman is wanting, is under the impression that we need to get this approved by the state. For the
Make it
ADA bathrooms.
ADA.
So with that, we're gonna need architectural drawings. So providing that's the case, we're gonna need, we'd like to have, permission from you guys to fund that, the drawings, basically.
Ted, we were told that you were looking at that. What did you come up with on?
No, I was authorized to work with Flora to come up with a survey, but not, that was the only thing that we were, we're gonna come up with an interlocal agreement with Flora. The board already authorized that. As far as the design and whether it needs a state plan release, I hadn't been asked that question. I don't know if.
The way I remember this is that at the council meeting, someone said it has to be handicap accessible. And there was some discussion of that, and there was I don't know if he's an architect or an engineer, he's certified one of those, out here who he was called upon and asked by the president of the board, does this have to be a handicap accessible? And he said yes.
Jeremy Duff.
So at the beginning of this project, we met with, was there, a couple councilmen, maybe? Yeah, there's 2 councilmen come out, and we talked about the project. One of their suggestions was, they said, we have the ADA compliant bathrooms on the facility now, so we can make this bathroom ADA compliant without filing the paperwork with the state, is what one of their suggestions was. So that's how we were moving forward.
Don't know about that.
Huh?
I don't know about that.
Yes, the bathroom was going to be ADA compliant, but with that comment made early on, we were not going to, proceed on with filing paperwork with the state. If that needs to be done.
That was by a councilman, right?
Yes.
Paul Ryder and Angie Brown met us when we started this in August, and that was the comment from them, was that, so all of our plans have a family ADA bathroom that would be compliant, and then the insides of all the other, the men and the women's bathroom would meet the ADA requirements on space.
I was very confident that you were building it according to being ADA compliant. And to me, that was fine. But the question came up, do you have to have it?
I would assume that you do. It's going to be a publicly used building. I can look to see if there's an exception for it, but I doubt that there is.
So what happens, Ted, if we build it and don't do that?
I think you have to have a plan release for it before you can build it, is what I think.
But you guys stated that there's already paperwork filed with the state, or
No.
there was one that already was
Well,
ADA compliant, or?
So see here, there is an ADA compliant bathroom in the 4-H building.
Okay,
But when that 4-H building closes every evening,
right.
now it's almost like we're discriminating against everybody else that needs to, use a facility, because there's nothing else on the grounds for them to use if they're in a wheelchair or,
Right.
Or have handicap needs.
Title VII.
Lawsuit.
That's one. So that's why we were making the family bathroom completely ADA compliant.
Right,
So after those hours, or before or after those hours,
right,
then now there's a facility,
okay.
you know,
But you said because there's already an ADA compliant bathroom in the 4-H building, that you won't have to file
Well,
paperwork?
that was what the council members told us in August.
Okay,
At the last council meeting, that sounded like it had changed. And they had talked to, Jeremy Duff with KJG was in the crowd, and so they had talked to him. He drew up a quick plan, but we need to know where we're headed.
I might add a few things. One of the councilmen stated that too, but they also said he would rather go to the $140,000 plan because of the ADA, correct? Were you
I
here?
wasn't at the
We
meeting,
weren't
so.
there, but the plan
But
that
that's
we
kind of-
presented to you at 140,000 had ADA accessible doors on each bathroom, and then it had a family ADA compliant bathroom in the center too.
Yeah, and then you guys changed it to 90,000 to have something torn down. I'm just trying to bring everybody else up to
right,
snuff.
right.
But I guess my thing is, why linger them on? Why didn't we tell them at the very beginning that they were told and now they're being told not? I mean, I've got questions, and that wasn't from these people that are in attendance. They're people that call in and say, what's going on?
Yeah.
I said, I don't know, to be honest.
Well, the council just tabled it, correct? They didn't nix it, they just tabled it.
They just tabled it.
Okay.
I believe.
So if we were to change the amount back to the 140, would that be something that the council could take a look at?
It's been advertised in both ways.
Both ways.
140 and 90. Now, I believe, so it was,
I think it was
edit.
advertised 140 because you advertised everything the
I
way
advertised
the
everything.
way they came in.
Right,
So it's been advertised at the
so
140.
they could go up to 140 or down, whatever they'd like.
So they could, technically, the council could look at that with the advertised amount of 140.
Right.
Okay.
There's different stipulations, though, because what you wanted to do, I mean, I think you're the one that made the motion, was to take it down to 90 because of tearing down the building.
Because I thought we could get it done a little less expensive by using some local labor.
Well, and if you remember when we were out there, that bid was 4,500 for the demolition,
Right.
is what the demolition was. So I don't know where the 50 came from that got taken off for the demo, but the demo bid was 4,500.
And if we have the highway do it,
Yes.
so do we need a motion for the
Well,
140?
So, you know, basically, kind of the way I see it is, you guys need to decide whether we need to, you know, file everything with the state, and if so, we need approval, because now we have to deal with an architect and go that channel.
Which it's probably going to double.
Yes. Or-
I hate to say it, but it will.
Or we need to, you know, have the 140 approved to move on to the council, or advertised, and just proceed on that way.
Well, I can't speak from the legal side on whether it needs to be filed with the state, you know, for a Schedule A. It would be considered a Schedule A building, correct?
Yes,
Public building.
yeah.
I can't speak from that side. I'd be willing to move it for council's consideration to 140, because I think it's going to take every bit of that.
Do you have
What
something
happens
to
if
add?
we go
Sylvia?
over?
Okay.
The 140.
I'm in the background.
What happens if we go with the 140 and then all these other ADH compliance costs us more? I mean,
I agree.
that's what I'm asking.
Right. And I still need to get a hold of Darrell, town of Flora, because I know when you guys were up here initially, I said something, you're like, yeah, you're not gonna get any help from Darrell or from Flora. But I did talk to him. He's gonna talk to the other two members and see if they would wanna participate some, so.
I thought that was said that they were going to.
Well, they're gonna participate on the septic part.
Septic part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're aware of that,
Well, maybe they'll,
but they
need a
might,
little bit
they
more.
might be able to
Is
throw.
that on a septic tank out there, or is it on a city sewer?
It's on city sewer, but there's a new manhole that has to be replaced and lines and that type of thing.
We got into this on our morgue building, that we thought we were ready to go, and turned out that we needed to have it professionally drawn, an architect draw it and submit it in, even though, well, there can be public coming in. Most of the time there won't be public coming into a morgue, but there are times they have to, and so we had to comply with all that. Now, over there, the public will be coming into the restrooms. That's what they're for, is for the public. So Ted, am I right in assuming that we were gonna have to have this?
I don't see how it could otherwise be. And then you got the other point that
no,
the other compliant restroom's gonna be closed, and so you're gonna be, the county owns buildings and property in there, including the site for this restroom. So, yeah, we can't not do it, according to, you know, have it compliant with, the ADA. In the morgue, it would be, it's not the public's access to the morgue that causes it to be, it's the fact that there's somebody, our personnel will be in there, and the,
And a doctor.
and the doctor, doing the post. If it was just them and they never admitted the public, it would be,
Still the same.
require,
Okay.
a plan release. So,
Okay, I didn't understand that, I guess.
but didn't we approve that building?
What's that?
Didn't we approve her to move forward,
Yeah,
the
Well, she did-
coroner?
It's all been drawn now, I think, hasn't it?
what's that?
The morgue, don't they have an architectural drawing of it now?
I don't know, I haven't seen anything.
Well, she reported on it the last meeting, or it was either the last meeting or the meeting
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah.
And you guys approved for her to move forward. I don't know. That's $150,000.
I think.
Maybe you could do it within that.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, some of the building kits, like at Menards and Lowe's and that type of thing, come with an architectural stamp, which is an option, I think.
Do they have a stamp for this, for a public restroom?
I would think that they would.
I would think a public stamp would be different than like a homeowner stamp, I would think, but I don't know that.
I would think that they come with an engineer's stamp, which I think is probably what's required. That might be something that could be looked into, see if you get, you know, all your approval with one of those kits and then have somebody put it up.
Ted, what do you think about that?
Using somebody else?
Well, no, Scott's suggestion was a building kit from Menards using the stamp on one of those kits if it were stamped.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never done one that way.
And I'm not aware that they do have those available, but I've heard that they've got engineering stamps on some of their buildings, which I would think if they offer that, they probably would offer an engineering stamp on an ADA building on one of the kits.
Scott,
Potentially.
I know they do on pole barns, that they have, you know, or on agricultural buildings or pole
Okay.
barns, they have an engineering stamp on them. I don't know about beyond that, that's all I've ever looked into.
Okay.
I think we should start back and look and maybe run this thing through as I see correct. And that is what we should be determining is, will we engage an engineering or architectural firm to do the drawing of it? And then they will probably give us a prospective amount, and that's what we could look at, and that's what we could go to the council with.
So I don't think it would exceed 15,000 for those architectural drawings. Early on, we asked a couple firms to give us quotes. The one wasn't it like 6,000 or 7,000, and then a certain percentage of the project after that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then the other one, like 12 or 13,000 for the whole thing.
So if you go up.
Jeremy took the plans after the council meeting, and that was what he roughly drew up for us.
Who did that?
Jeremy Duff, because
Yeah.
the council had asked him to.
I would think that this would be, I mean, I don't care really what engineering company we do. This is who did our morgue, and this is who did something else for us. I can't remember.
So can we get approval for funds to move forward with those, with KJG to proceed on the bathroom drawings?
What we could do is give you, correct me if I'm wrong, Ted, but we could give you a funding up to a certain point. That, then that would have to go to council approval.
Right.
To,
I mean, the council has to approve the
Right.
funding.
Expenditures.
I mean, we're looking at time here again.
So I'd say up to 15,000 because of the two previous quotes we've got.
Mhm.
You know, both of them we're gonna be around that 14 or 15,000 range, all in.
These look nice.
Could I make a suggestion? And then I'll make a motion. Make a suggestion that you check in to some of the kits that might be available. And if those are something that would work prior to getting a full-blown engineering architect to do it. But I'll make a motion that we approve up to $15,000 out of edit to get an engineering plan, an engineered plan for the restrooms at the park.
So is that gonna be an additional 15,000 from what's already been advertised, or can it come out of that?
150.
Because right now, I don't have time to get it in the paper for,
For the council meeting.
no, wait a minute.
I think your council meeting's at the 15th.
It's the 18th, but see, right now, I can't get it into the paper till Friday, and it won't be published 10 days ahead. Because it'll be published December 10th. So it'd be,
So what was your question though initially? Can it come out of something else?
Of the one.
well, you've already advertised 140 and 90.
Uh-huh.
If you would approve to go up, I mean, I don't know what the 90 entails, but are you going to include this in one of those figures so they can move forward?
I
And
would
take
think
it to
that'd be
take it
good,
to the
but we may
18th.
have to come back in then and revise those figures and re-advertise for a higher amount.
Which is possible. I mean,
I've had 8 or 10 people. I don't want to blow it up bigger than it is, you know, but I've had 8 or 10 people comment to me that they think they're way out of line on spending $160,000 or $140,000 on a restroom when we don't have to buy land or anything.
I think you're gonna see that number go up drastically when you look at the budget for the new plan.
I didn't get all that.
With that plan in front of you, that number will be higher.
I don't
Then the
know.
140 or the 90? Or,
Well, I mean, so out of that 140.
Probably higher than the 140.
15, if you pull 15 out of that, that 140 is just to build the building and everything without the plans. So just add the 15 to that, we're at 155.
And I think those plans will be more expensive than
But that's,
the contractor we have.
All the things you're looking at there and all the things we're looking at is exactly the reason why we have an over $20 million jail too. It's because of all the things we had to go through to get it there. It seems astronomical that you would spend that much money, but we had to.
and that's where we're at. We're just trying to get something that's more user-friendly for everybody on the fairgrounds, because we're not currently there. And the people that are in wheelchairs and things like that can't currently use them. And there's no way they can get in there. Even, watch somebody try to walk in there with crutches, try and turn sideways, and, and all it's gonna take is somebody slip and fall or whatever, and now it's a whole, it's gonna make that 140 or 200 look a lot cheaper.
That's a good point.
then a lawsuit.
Yes.
And I'm worried about the lawsuit because, the building we have now, when the other building's closed, people go in there and it's not handicap accessible. So we're waiting for a lawsuit in my mind to come.
Are the other restrooms that the town of Flora owns, they're not ADA compliant either, are they?
No.
The one by the baseball diamond or the one to the west?
None of them are.
So the only ADA compliant restroom is the one in the 4-H building?
Yes.
I sent something to Scott, I don't know if you got it or not, I found it on,
Marketplace.
which is an ADA compliant trailer that has darn near this many fixtures in it. It's for sale, and I have no idea if it's still for sale. I found it right after our last meeting. It was $20-some thousand, and seemed to me like, and the pictures of it look beautiful, look very nice.
Portable
Yeah, portable.
restroom.
Which can be good and can be bad.
I don't think the longevity of that is going to be the same as the buildings.
Well, it wouldn't be.
Correct. Band-Aid on a gaping wound.
And that's what I would say, to just be something that, is that a smart temporary use of the funds? Or do you do it once and now we're done for another 60, 70 years like like the current one has lasted?
Right.
I think you're right. That's about how long it would last, 6 or 7 years. Although you're only gonna use it really, I don't know how much you're gonna use it. I don't know how much it would be open over there. I don't know. And I know what we have is not really cleanable, and it's kind of disgusting. Which I have thought for 25 years. So anyway, you put forth a motion, didn't you, Scott?
I did. I guess we'll take it currently out of the 140 that's been advertised. Is that sufficient, Beth?
I would say just change your motion to go with the 140 to present to the council, and then we'll deal with any extra. They can at least
Get started.
get started.
Okay,
But that 90, if you take 15 away from it, you might as well forget it.
right.
Is that right?
rescind my original motion. Motion will be to send the amount of $140,000 to the council out of edit that will allow this 4-H group to move forward with the potential engineering drafts for the restroom. With the caveat that you maybe check with, like I said, Menards or somebody who builds these kits to see if we can't potentially get an ADA engineered compliant drawing.
That's fair.
Okay, before I second or don't second that, is there any comments out here from anybody who wants to address this situation?
I'll put my 2 cents in, it's long overdue. And
So will I, as a 4-H project leader and a grandma of kids that show animals. It's way, way overdue. I had knee surgery the end of March last year, and when they had the fair in July, I was very hesitant to go into that bathroom. Shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, I pulled up the Indiana code. The particular code you're interested in is 675 IAC 12-6-3. And it says anything basically that's a class 1 structure is required to go through state design release requirements. And then they further define class 1 structure as any building to be used or occupied by the public, 3 or more tenants, 1 or more persons who act as the employees of another.
Yeah, okay. Actually, there's times we rent out buildings out there, so we have tenants at times out there. We hit all those. Any other comments? Do you want to comment on it? No? Anybody else? Okay, so your motion says we'll move it to send it to the council of 140, and that would include the engineering.
Yes.
Am I basically hitting what you said? Second. Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It passed. Okay, so we will be sending it to the council at the next meeting.
So, I'm gonna adjourn.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
What'd you say, Beth?
I was gonna talk to Carrie. She wanted to talk to me a little bit. Okay.
Anything else to come before the commissioners? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the December 1st commissioner meeting.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all for attending.
There's no getting around that.
I don't think so either.